Miss Gloria, we understand that DFC is a great place to work. Okay, and DFC were able to bring a lot of international companies as well. So the experience and the expertise within the DFC, from the employment point of view, one of these particular matters is always the security of these employees and how to protect their wages and to protect also their income for future in case they've decided to move on. So they came up with this particular end of service scheme. Okay,
yes,
in the DFC, which is very an interesting area. So if we could know more about it, what
Sure.
exactly that it is?
Yeah, absolutely. The scheme is referred to by everybody as DEWS, which is the name, it's Dubai International Financial Center Employee Workplace Scheme. So that's why you get DEWS. And DEWS replaces the prior scheme, which is the end of service gratuity, whereas some of you may know that at the end of service of an employee with the DIFC employer, the employer was required to provide a lump sum payment to that individual if that person had worked at least 1 year. That was the prior scheme. The new scheme, the DEWS plan, is quite different. It's actually a employee savings plan. So the DEWS plan was effective as of February 1st, 2020, which mandated employers to contribute minimum monthly amount for each of its employees into a DEWS fund. And so the minimum monthly amount is based on how long the particular employee has worked there. So, for example, if you worked less than 5 years, for every month the employer is required to contribute 5.83% of that individual's monthly salary into this DEWS plan. If you've worked more than 5 years, it is 8.33% of, again, the basic salary into the DEWS plan. So what happens with this money? Well, this money is basically put into an account. It's a trust account, and it's managed by, I'm going to talk a little bit about the account. The account has three components: the trustee, where the money goes in, the administrator, which takes care of day-to-day transactions, and the investment advisor. And the investment advisor provides information for people that are in the plan, i.e. employees, of all the different plans, because it's the DEWS fund is big and you have different plans within them. And the investment piece, they provide information online for the person to see, oh, I like this fund, that fund. And the thing about this plan is that employees are able to switch among the different funds from low risk funds, low risk, low growth, to higher risk or higher growth, higher risk funds. And they do that online.
That is very interesting, because who then have the call to that? Is the employer or employee to ensure that there's a different pockets of funds?
As I said, that the employer is required to make minimum contributions into this fund. Once that begins, the employee will have access to their individual accounts. So say employer X put this amount of money here. The employee will have online access because he or she has to do a registration login with its particular credentials, and he or she can see the growth of the projected growth of a particular fund. He can look at other funds that are available that may be higher growth but higher risk, and the individual himself or herself can go in there and read all this stuff and make an informed decisions, and at any time without a fee he or she can change where those funds goes. Another aspect I'd like to bring about this particular workplace savings plan, the DEWS account, is that as an employee, now this is all about saving money for your retirement, your end of service. So if you want to add more to that particular amount of money, that pot of money that's going in every month, you can. It's called a voluntary contribution. And this is done by, again, going online and saying, I want to contribute this amount of money at this frequency. You can do it once, you can do it twice, you can sort it out again on your online account. So to answer your question, it's the individual that has control over the funds once the employer has contributed to them.